I've performed a number of weddings, and very often when you're standing at the front of the wedding chapel waiting for the people to come down, you get a really strange view, because sometimes they're so scared you think they're gonna puke. Often the only colour in the bride's face is the makeup she threw on that morning, and very often the only colour in the groom's face is his zits. My friend went to a wedding and the groom was so scared that he turned to his blushing bride and threw up all over her dress. So she sat there covered in pizza topping. Now, why do people get that scared? Well, quite simply, as we said before, because this is a huge commitment. You're gambling that the person you're about to marry is going to stay with you for the rest of your life and make you happy. Now, a while back, there was this show that took reality TV to a whole different level of absurdity. I don't know if you saw it. It was called Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire? Now, if you didn't see it, it's a bit hard to explain, but basically, this obscenely rich guy that nobody's seen sits behind a screen, and then 50 women go through a beauty contest, including a bikini parade, and then he gets to ask them some questions, and based on their answers, he decides to ask one of them to marry him. And he does this all live on television. And the woman accepts, and they do the ceremony there and then. Now, who with half a brain is going to answer a few short questions from a man behind a screen who they've never met, and on the basis of that alone be prepared to say the words "I do" and make a commitment that's supposed to last till death us do part? Now, obviously we know the motivation of the women that took part in the show.
Money, wow! I mean, look, we don't even know the guy.
But in most normal relationships where marriage to a multi-millionaire isn't on the line, most people take the time to get to know each other for at least a short while before they're prepared to tie the knot. And even after doing that, a lot of them are still scared of that type of commitment.
I'm afraid of long-term commitment myself, okay? I'm totally fear of it. Not as much as brain damage or paralyzation, but you know, it's up there on the list.
Because it's so permanent. It's like, once you get to that point, you can't change anything, like you're so committed. I think nobody's really ready for that.
Because then they'll be tied down to one person. Yeah, and I don't think people, nobody wants to be so sure. They want to go out and have fun. Yeah, that's why I just split up with my boyfriend.
Because they like the freedom of exploring other sexual options.
Because they like lots of sex with different people.
People change their minds all the time.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you got to commit to something forever, right? You don't know if you want to do that, right? Just like buying a car, right? I don't know if I want to keep it in 10 years. I might want to get a new one.
And that you close off all your gates. Like, you can only sleep with this guy or be with this one guy.
It's shitty, really. Nobody wants to commit. Everybody wants to play the field all the time. I know I do for a fact.
After a while, you lose the butterflies and all that kind of exciting new stuff that you learn about people if you stay with one person.
I think it's unnatural for any animal to spend its whole life with another animal, except for maybe a few species decide to do it.